The views and opinions expressed on Geeks Under the Influence are that of the panelists and not of our sponsors, Amazon.com and TeePublic. Parental discretion is advised.
GUI Nights.
Welcome to another episode of GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Oh yeah, there's the sultry sexy. That's what we got. And Murph, you look like you wanted to say that very angrily.
No, I was
You want
just
to go ahead and do that?
Oh yeah, I can do it. GUI Nights.
That's a lot
Oh,
to
dude,
process.
That is a lot.
That's me. A lot to
Dude.
process. Thank you. Welcome to Murph. My entire personality.
That's like if you started dating somebody 2 weeks before the quarantine, and then you when everybody was like vaccinated and you found them and they've been home the whole time and they turned into a literal gremlin and they're like, I want to suck your dick, and they're like, no,
What do you
that's
think
not.
it was
That's a
like
lot.
for my partner? What do you think it was like for Alan? Like one of the first conversations we had was, I make cannibalism jokes. Are you cool with this?
Dude, one of the first jokes that literally it was our first official date, because we had a hangout and then another hangout. Then we had like our first official date. So it was technically the third time of us hanging out. And I remember turning down the second of the two roads getting to drop her off, and we made jokes about hiding bodies.
Aw.
And I remember to this day, we actually talk, it just randomly comes up when we talk. It's like, hey, you remember on the day we talked about where to hide bodies at, and like laughed. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of when I knew, all right, there's something there, because not a lot of people laugh about hiding body jokes. Just saying.
I know.
Or not only laugh, but are into the input.
Oh yeah,
of
fair.
it, you know, and that is definitely something that I will be thinking about in my 70s, and I hope we are joking about it then too.
So I'm thinking that it wasn't the first date, but after the third date, what happened on the third date with with Amy and I is that there was talk about her removing my skin to put as part of her collection of her trophies or
Oh,
something.
like Army Hammer.
Yeah, basically like
More
Army Hammer.
consensual.
Yeah,
See?
yeah, more
True.
consensual.
But there's so much substance in those statements. At least, are we that fucked up that we find that, or I just look at it like that? No, that means like you can just be as fucked up as you are, as far as your sense of humor goes.
You can be
Yeah,
yourself.
and it's fine.
That's so important.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way I view it. But I feel like there's definitely going to be where if like you said that to a certain group or certain people, and be like, what the fuck are you talking about that for? It's like, I mean, that's what we find funny.
I actually had someone tell me
no,
not to text them anymore because I made a joke about eating hippies.
Whatever.
Made
It's
it- I
organic.
was talking to somebody on a dating site, and they seem to have a pretty good sense of humor, and so I got relaxed and thought it would be funny to be like, it was in context of something, like it wasn't out of nowhere, and I'm already realizing that I sound like a total fucking creep on what I said, but I said, send me a piece of your hair so I can put it in my pillow so I can smell you as I sleep. That's what the Native Americans did, or something fucking weird. And understandably, I'm not even like mad at her about it. She was like, I don't think we're a good fit. I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. That's totally fair.
And that was understandably so. That was
No, it was, we were both being kind of dark, and I just took it just a little too far with getting dark.
I think you probably got excited because like, oh no, they're being dark too. Sweet. And then you just kind of
100%.
when we're younger, we do that, right? We get
I went
so
to
overly
11 with it. Yeah.
we get so overly excited when we're younger, and then we're just like, blah, 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 blah. And then like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Damn it.
They might have been into that
Yeah.
later on, but that's like date 6 or something. It's like eating
it's like,
chicken
I was
wings
doing
on a date. Like, you don't do that.
That was
one or
before we
two.
met. So here's a stranger that she's not actually seen in person, just been like, cut off your hair. I put it in my pillow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a fucking lot.
Hey,
I understand.
It's funny. You mentioned, Jesse, eating chicken wings. It's like, so on our first official date, this is the same date, we went to McCormick's Whiskey Grill, not the big whiskey, but the original whiskey, Robinson.
Nice.
And I got the meatloaf, the 3-meat meatloaf, which is goddamn orgasmic. And then she got the fried chicken plate. And we like on a first date. I want like a fucking a census with everybody on the episode, which we will get to who's on that in a second. I promise everybody. Who has ever eaten off each other's plate on a first official date?
Ooh, that's a good question.
We did that. On the first date, she was like, "How is it?" I'm like, "It's good. You want to try some?" She was like, "Sure." And I'm like, "How's that?" She's like, "You want to try some?" Sure. And I grabbed some of the fried chicken. Like we did that on the first date. It's fucking awesome, beautiful. And it's one of my favorite memories. That whole first date is is just like the greatest start to a book full of memories with my wife.
That's
amazing.
beautiful.
Rad,
dude. That's so awesome.
But Murph, you had a similar story.
So when Alan and I had our first official like actual date, he hadn't really had Thai food before, so I took him to Mom Siam in Carytown. I ordered the duck salad. And I had pad thai with duck, and he got another entree, and I had him try my pad thai with duck. And ever since then, that's been what his preferred order is, because like I got him to share off my plate and actually try some of this food. And I can't even remember what he ordered because I'm so enveloped in duck. But
I think it shows a vulnerability and also an openness, like that, like, no, eat off my plate.
Yeah.
You know, like it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend time with somebody who I couldn't break bread with.
Right.
So what is the big deal about breaking bread with somebody? You know?
I made sure that, and not actually made sure just how it happened that Amy and I did not eat in front of each other until the third date. That was like the final hurdle to cross, is that like I saw how she ate in public and I was like, okay, cool. Like it's not like a weird monster. Like she actually ate like a human person.
I mean, I waited to eat burritos.
I've never worried about that, but I did date one chick who I remember we went to a show, and I thought she was awesome as shit at the time. You know, she was in like metal, punk, and like just dropping all these bands that she listened to that before I said it. So I'm like, okay, well, I know you're into them because like you got to be to name that band. And I remember we went to the Village after a show one night and got some food, and I watched her eat, and I was like, ew. And like literally, that's all that was in my head. I was like, I totally like, you know, went back to her house. You know, I already slept. You know, already had sex and then slept together. But like that night, like could totally have had sex again. And I was in my, you know, I was still in my 20s, so definitely was like sex. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go home. Like it was that level of disgust with how she ate. I had an experience
where there was a woman that was, you know, very pretty. We got along, very dry sense of humor, but very funny. And we went on a first date, and it was one of those dates that both of us were trying to play it cool for a minute, and then she just kind of went into overdrive. I don't know if it was nervousness or like problematic drinking. It was a commonality, but she got like lit. And we went to a Mexican food place, and she like had a burrito, like a handheld type burrito that was just, I mean, falling on like her chest, like was getting on her face. And
Grab it slower.
Playfully, yeah, right. Avocado on them tits. No, but I mean, actually, yes, but the
look on your fucking face. I'm sorry. No.
But I tried to explain what was happening in the nicest way, in the nicest terms, not in a like making fun of or like overtly weird about it kind of thing. I was like, oh, you're gotten a little, you know, just calm and an aside. And she looked at me and went, and didn't do anything about it. Like never did anything about it. Like, yep. Happens in this way that this was not the first time that there was avocado tits, and this would not be the last time there was avocado tits. And
nor should that be.
There was both first off, there was a little bit of like respect that came from that moment of just being like, you're doing you in a way that you know yourself, and I cannot begrudge that. That's true. Respect.
Mm-hmm. This is not for me. But that's where it comes down to. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing. It's like, tonight, if I discover the avocado, it's an additional delicacy to your breasts that I'm enjoying at that time. But if I find it like, if let's say this happens the night before and I see you the next day, that's a different experience on me finding that avocado. Like that's a total.
Yeah.
Avocado doesn't last. I've got a 4-hour max on that avocado, really.
You gotta know your disclaimers, because anytime, like, there are certain dates where you just gotta know what fucking disclaimer has to come with it. Anytime anyone fucking goes for Mexican food with me, I'm just like, look, so the way I eat burritos is horrifying. I basically just unhinge my jaw and fucking go for it. If you're uncomfortable, you need to be
like
vocal
the sub scene from Coneheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
As a fan of Mexican food, that doesn't bother me in the least.
Yeah.
If she was just like, I'm going to fucking town, even if she spilled on her chest, like lit, I'd been like, cool. If she went, okay, I'll get it in a minute, and then got it in a minute, would have been fine. Wouldn't have bothered me in the least. But the fact that she was just like so dismissive of it, like, oh, that's where it lives now. So I'll find that in a couple days, was just so jarring to me. And it was avocado. It was legit like guacamole that went down there. And I was like, that's got a shelf life of maybe an hour and a half on its own in refrigeration. Now this is being heated by your drunk body. That thing is going to smell in like 32 minutes. Like that's got no time on it whatsoever. I can't get you home quick enough for that to still be ripe.
All right, folks. I let this go too far for too long, but we're 12 minutes in, and I am so sorry. But
you're not.
We got to talk about who's on this panel. I'm really not. I just want to make. Yeah, I'm really not. You loved every fucking second of it. So on this panel for GUI Nights, we have first time on GUI Nights, I believe. We've got a Mr. Jesse Jarvis.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You won't say that in about 20 minutes.
No. Like, I am all about this. This is the most socializing I've done in goddamn months. So I appreciate every second of this.
I'm glad we're the new bar.
Yeah, you guys are my new
trust
COVID
me.
bubble. GUI is my new COVID bubble.
The bar has to be set so desperately low.
That's what I'm saying.
For a GUI to be like the thing where it's like, yay, people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm so
talking
sorry.
about guacamole tits, and you're like, yay, friendship. Yay.
Y'all are still getting laughs. Jesse hosts an open mic at McCormick's when things are regular, and I've been at that open mic. Jesse is always good, always calm, always level-headed. The people that you see there
It's not always.
Yes, a mixed bag.
And the person describing the mixed bag back again. And you're like, what kind of GUI just kind of passes you around?
Oh, I'm the GUI slut.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
I did.
I didn't say it. I just said we pass you around.
You're the GUI showrunner that doesn't have a show quite yet, is what it is.
Once you hit that threshold, then you are now.
I got a name for it and everything. My doctor.
Showrunner.
Yeah. No, we're getting there.
We're working on it, and so it'll be awesome when it happens. But we got Murph, Lawless, back again. Awesomeness.
You guys are really nice.
And
it's been like 2-3 years now that you've been regularly guesting on a number of their shows.
Multiple shows.
Yeah. Something.
So what? Let's face it. Let's say GUI Nights, Spam My Pitch Up, Beautiful Disasters from the Mouths of Madness. Yeah, it's got a.
Pretty much any show that has guests you've been on. So
yeah.
I don't know how to shut up. You guys are way too nice, and that's what happens.
Thank you.
There's like the secret phone call that's done like a 1970s political thriller, like All the King's Men, and it's just like, what do? We got to get ourselves a ringer, and then we call Murphy Lawless. That's
the move. That's why you let me on.
You do promote the shit out of some shit.
I love you guys.
Yeah, fair.
If there's a better way to say that, you promote the shit out of some shit.
I believe in you. I don't promote shit I don't believe in. Like, fucking believe me. Shit.
And the reason.
Same with me. Like, that's why I don't promote, I don't know, Christianity and honest politicians. I don't.
They're invisible.
They don't exist.
We were having so much fun. And they're canceling people because of that shit, Hobbit. Stop it.
Like, I'm going to be canceled for saying politicians are dishonest. Like, that's my line. That I have to,
like, get canceled for the Christian thing. I'm just saying, it's a little touchy. Everything's touchy right now. Everything's touchy. Everybody's up in arms about everything.
Politicians don't tell the truth. They're like, this piece of shit.
No, the politician part will get you brownie points, so maybe they'll cancel each other out. Maybe that's what'll happen. It'll cancel each other out.
Keep it ambiguous so they don't know what politicians I'm talking about. And they don't know that I mean literally all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
There is no separation of politicians.
Yeah.
All of them can fuck off and die. You vote your own fucking raises and eat a dick. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I'm getting canceled. Yeah, that's me.
You
That's
started
me,
it.
the
I was
one
being
that-
good. You brought it up. You
it's
can't
my fault.
give me a teaser, fucker.
I see. Blame the white man. I see how it is.
Baby the Lowdown rage.
Anyway, this is the person responsible. Again, you get it. You got it. So you're responsible for the whole political possibly getting canceled just now. It's all your fault, Mike Hobbit Bickett. All your fault.
I probably should have just like a template letter that I have prepared for my emails for things that I send out when somebody on the network says something that's less
You have
than
your
great.
own disclaimer thing.
Just where there's a line, and that's the thing is like send it out without actually filling it out so that they know my feelings on it. Like, I'm sorry that blank said blank.
Yeah.
We promise to be more considerate of blank in the future. We have
That's
determined that we
brilliant.
are going to donate blank to blank moving forward. Have a nice day.
That's fucking brilliant. I love it. I back that wholeheartedly.
Make that a
I think that's
shirt.
amazing. Yeah, that should be a shirt.
Yeah.
And I love that because I'm not a fan of all the shirts being like that as far as what I see across the webs, but I do like the descriptive shirts. You know, where it's like, I'm a blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
blah.
yes.
But if it's a GUI one, it's just like the blank.
The one
blank,
that's like,
the blank.
I have a crazy boyfriend that beats me, and he's a little crazy, but he bought me the shirt. And if you're reading this, he's probably going to murder you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Kind of t-shirt.
It's like-
There's overly descriptive shirts, but if we get a GUI version, but it's just blanks, that'd be amazing.
That, or you could just like write your own podcaster like version of it. It's like, yeah, I'm a podcaster. Do I eat pizza with my partner? Heck yeah. Do we watch like Cannibal Holocaust? Absolutely. On the first date, exclusively. Like, and just, like, it's just
Exclusively.
this whole novel like.
While ordering 2 other pizzas, and we reach over and grab each other's slice of pizza, right? We just is built upon everything.
No, GUI Mad Libs. That's the next step.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh my
GUI
God.
Mad
Like,
Libs.
let's we got to get the calendar out, the sexy calendar out, and the
we wanted to do that for 2020.
we did,
And then we all stay the fuck inside for 2020. So get it on it for 2022.
yeah, we need
Yeah,
to,
that's
we need
as
to
soon
jump
as we
on
got.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're lucky, we'll be able to do the things that we were doing in 2019 and 2023. Honestly, I'm just being real about it. I was with somebody. They're like, "No, man, you gotta, like, dude, I'm such a realist. I'm like, it's what it is, dude. It's what it is. It's what it is. What it is. Like, we're probably looking at 2022 of having some semblance of normalcy." And then 2023 before we're actually able to do the really fun shit we want to do. Like I was thinking about this today. I had just I was driving to work and I forget what made me think about it what I was listening to, but we had just gotten tips on how to up our con game at the end of 2019 at Monster Mania. And we were like, "No, dude, when we come back, we're gonna have that shit. We're gonna be fire." And then what the fuck? Dude.
What I've noticed is that the things that I go aw to when watching movies and TV shows is different. Like there's always been the like if a puppy runs up and jumps into the arms of a small child, there's a moment that I turn to Amy and we go like aw. But now there's moments where like a friend shows up in a bar and sits down at a stool at the bar and his friend sits down right next to him and they toast and we go like, oh, and then weep for 45 minutes.
Yeah, the weeping for 45 minutes is the key. That's the thing.
Not a thing that we can do.
So I have a question real quick because there's this dude that's, I don't know, he's like leading the charge for this section of the podcast. And, he's been Hobbit's right-hand man for a really long time. And I feel like he's got a name.
Oh.
And maybe we should talk about him because he's also done From the Mouths of Madness.
What I figured is if he's going to take 10 minutes to introduce everybody else, then I'm going to add another 5 to introduce him.
I know, but
I think you just forgot.
There's also that.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of booze running through my veins at this point.
Yeah.
But
Just be honest, Hobbit. It's okay.
who Murphy
Everybody
is
loves you.
referencing is the new host of GUI Nights, Jesse Jarvis. There we go. I can't even say your name correctly for the joke.
How many BBJs have you had, dude? BB and G's. Excuse me.
What is a BBJ? Is that?
It's a
just the better, bigger blowjob.
Bubble blowjob.
It's like
where there's like gum
a
involved.
Boring blowjob.
Like there's like bubblicious blowing bubbles on your dick.
No,
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something.
Way more exciting than a boring blowjob. Yeah. Lowdown Brown MacGyver, of course, is the host of GUI Nights.
What's up, fuckers? Sorry, you're 20 minutes in, and yeah, this is where we're at.
We're at the end of the episode where the introduction is happening.
I hope it has been enjoyable-ish.
And talk about mockumentaries. We left out like almost all of Christopher Guest's fucking work, man.
Yeah. Well,
here we go. Christopher Guest, he did some cool shit. There we go. We got it covered.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, everyone that listens to the Nights knows it's tangential, and honestly, this is probably the most flowing tangential nights we've had in a while. So
it's not relating to anything, but also is relating to itself relatively well.
Exactly. So
yeah,
I'm a fan. I enjoy this.
Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, hey, I'm the Nights host. Hey guys, I brought you this. I'm taking responsibility for this on my own. I'm not blaming you, Hobbit, for this particular episode.
I'm so used to it that's actually kind of a delight for me.
Oh, fuck a duck. Oh man. Oh, what were we even talking about? I don't know.
I think we are actually at the tail end of this episode too. So
I was gonna say we ended with what we do in the shadows, and we were talking about that, but like I think we should really, because we really only talked about Christopher Guest in relevance to This Is Spinal Tap, but Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, Waiting for Guffman, and then Mascot.
If people that know Christopher Guest's work wants to talk a few minutes about him, it's fine. It just won't be me. So have at it.
I would say my favorite is Best in Show because it's like a dog show element, and the amount of like weird humor I've gotten from watching the Yukonuba dog show. I think it's on like Thanksgiving or something they do it. It's a big thing for some households if you don't watch football. And I've seen it before, and it's obnoxious. Yeah. It's so pretentious. It's so ridiculous.
They nailed it.
Football or the Yukonuba dog show?
Both, but the Yukonuba dog
which
show.
Which one would you watch? Yukonuba dog show or football?
Dog show.
It depends on whether or not the Lions are playing for football.
I know.
You mean like they play every Thursday, Thanksgiving?
Every year, yeah.
Every Thanksgiving, the Lions play.
But no, the dog show, like it's
intense.
The worst people that have ever existed, with the most abuse adjacent dogs. Like these dogs don't have a great life.
They do.
None of your sole purpose is to train them to compete.
Luxury, but do they really like it's very regimented. It's almost like living in like a strict military family.
Yeah,
like a really beautiful cage.
Yeah,
like. Exactly. Yeah. Like there is a cage there. It's just
it's just really fucking gold plated.
Still a cage.
Yeah.
And then you've got Best in Show where you even with plenty of space to kind of demonize the people that do the dog show thing, Christopher Guest was able to show them as not great people, but like desperate people. That there's a reason why they're filling their lives with these dogs, and the dog show is that there's something missing out of their lives that they're filling with this, and it humanizes everyone.
And I mean that goes across the board with a lot of this competition and pageantry stuff. I mean there have been shows out about like the beauty pageants for little girls and how the mom is just this utterly disgusting hot fucking mess that is pushing the kid to be this like disgusting, not realistic doll of a girl, and it's the same thing. Yeah. It's the exact same thing. It just sounds like it's in pet form, which is still equally as fucked up.
Well, they did that, and they also touched on that in Drop Dead Gorgeous because the one of the main presenters, who's played by Kirstie Alley, her daughter is in the competition that year that they're filming, who's played by Denise Richards, and like one of the big things is like how much Gladys, who's Kirstie's character, pushes her daughter like through this, and they're just like like basically like her living through her daughter again, even though her daughter also wants this. It's really fucking grotesque.
And you get that with Best in Show as well, is that these people are literally living through their dogs. Like how pretty and how they're able to print.
You obviously don't know my dog. You obviously don't know my dog.
And it leads into like the obsessives, the people that are pet owners that are the obsessives that you're like, don't even want to pet their dog because there's so many rules attached. There's like a weird obsessive kind of relationship that's happening there that it's just not, it's uncomfortable. It's not.
It shouldn't be to pet a fucking dog either. That's a whole weird thing in itself. You're petting a dog. Like ultimately the dog wants to be pet. All dogs want to be pet for the most part, unless they have shitty owners and they're dealing with that.
Well, I get
from a puppy, dogs want to be pet.
Yeah.
I get if it's a service dog. I do get if it's a service dog.
There's a training that goes behind that, though. There's a training that goes, and there's a chess piece that announces their service dogs. Like a service dog when you see it. I've seen them in the, throughout multiple years in the gyms, at stores. The dude who's using a service dog, or the woman. So we're talking just the soldier that's using the service dog is clearly marked that it's a service dog.
The service dog has the utmost training. Like it is the strictest level of like. That dog knows exactly what the fuck it's supposed to do at all times.
Yeah,
there is no misbehaving with the service dog.
Exactly, but
I don't have the training necessary for a service dog. So,
but as far as
they're like, we'll pay you $10,000 a month to be a service dog. I'd be like, I don't have the train. Like,
no,
you want me
I can't do that.
To like make a joke at my own expense? I can do that. Like, is that what you need from a service dog? That's all I've got. That's literally all I've got. So.
Back like just with the shit training and how that affects your life as far as like we went to like how people live through each other's, so apparently we have people living through their dog and we have parents living through their kids. You know what movie did a great job of showing that's not why their kid wants to enter a pageant? It has nothing to do with their parents. And I love that movie for it so much, even though it's a very dark movie, but it still somehow makes my heart warm. Little Miss Sunshine, dude.
Yes.
That fucking movie is so goddamn beautiful because the parents they didn't give a fuck like about her being in a pageant. She was just like, hey, I want to go do this pageant. And like, cool, we'll fucking get you there. And like that was it. The girl wanted to be in a pageant. And that was it.
Thank goodness.
They weren't pushing her to be in a pageant.
Yeah, there's so much desperation in that movie too. Like with Greg Kinnear's character just trying to sell like his scheme.
Oh yeah, the Greg Kinnear.
That movie's got to be. Any movie with Craig Kinnear's got to be good for me to like it because I can't stand that piece of shit.
Yes, we know Hobbit.
I have a axe to grind with Greg Kinnear.
I don't know why.
That fucking middling actor. How did you get famous,
dude?
I just
he plays an amazing JFK, dude. Have you watched his JFK miniseries? He's an amazing John F. Kennedy. Amazing.
I haven't seen
got shot.
When did that come out?
2016.
No.
Okay. How long has he been famous?
2010.
Look.
No, a hell of a lot.
I don't know. I don't know him past
as good as it gets. That was kind of his breakout role, right? Because he was doing like the.
That was like 98, 99.
Yeah, he was
right?
doing like a bunch of stuff, and then like he kind of got a breakout role in that, right?
I love him in that movie. He's amazing in that movie.
He's been famous for like 25 years.
He's amazing and as good as it gets, though. That movie's fucking awesome. I just rewatched it last year. It's fucking awesome.
Cuba Gooding Jr. hasn't been important since like 2003, and being just like, oh no, he's really good in the OJ miniseries. I don't care.
He was good.
He was good. Okay, cool. Like that's not like the return to form like Michael Keaton.
Well, it's the same thing because like David Schwimmer played Rob or the Kardashian lawyer or whatever, and like it's like all right, cool, you're doing a comeback, but like you're still a really annoying actor.
Well, I mean, and honestly, he was in a bunch of stuff prior to that. It's just maybe stuff you haven't watched. He's done like. I mean, he was in House of Cards. He's been in a lot of stuff. And this is the same conversation we had about him, like, I think 2 years ago.
That's what I'm mad about is he's been in a lot of stuff, and my response is, why?
Because we like to see him
it's why, but it's not, have you watched it, and is it good? You're not like, I watched it, and it's good. You're just like, why?
That's like somebody forgets to replace the music that they use before they put the actual soundtrack in. That's Greg Kinnear with acting. like that they forgot to put the actual actor in that's supposed to do the scenes, and the placeholder that made sure the lighting was right just was in the scene. They're like just like a fucking roll tape, I guess. That's
why he's a perfect Captain Amazing, because fuck that guy. We don't give a shit about what he's doing.
Okay,
he's a
great moment.
Great moment there. Breaks in the middle of the scene, acts like a fucking douchebag, sort of kicks ass, and then does something really fucking stupid once he breaks the main bad guy out of the insane asylum.
That's a really good point. Damn.
Autofocus where it's the dude from Hogan's Heroes that had like a sex dungeon. It's like a really important movie, or not important movie, but it's a really interesting story about this dude that is like this nice dude, and is in this like fun Nazi show. And then he has
what?
And then he has a murder dungeon.
No, wait, back up.
Fun Nazi show.
Hogan's Heroes, where like he was like the leader of the resistance or something.
I don't think that's how that show went.
And then he's got like a weird sex dungeon basement.
No, pretty sure that's not how that show went.
It's rife for comedic moments and also like really dark comedy. And when it's found out, like this is my Greg Kinnear impression when he's found out of having a sex dungeon as the guy that was in the Nazi comedy. He goes, "Me? That's it. That's his acting. It's fucking terrible. Like he had so much to work with and he did dick with it."
All right. Oh, there's a lot of angst. There's a lot of angst here for Greg Kinnear.
I ran about Greg Kinnear a lot. We're
leaving all that in because that was a good rant. But also, there's a lot of angst for Greg Kinnear here, and I don't know if I can stand for it.
Look, I'm just gonna sit you down, Lowdown, and make you watch all these Christopher Guest movies because at least once, and you can retaliate with whatever the fuck you want. I will put myself on that line.
I will take the advice of people's opinions I value and watch them slowly over my own pace.
I have them all on DVD.
There we go.
And I don't want to say aggressive, but that's how I tend to do things.
I'm very aggressive too, so we'll see.
That's our friendship.
The matching aggressive. Yeah. See. So thank all of you for being on here. I appreciate it. It was fun. Again, listeners, it is what it is. Whatever. I'm done apologizing.
I need to put that on a shirt for Nights. Yeah. It is what it is.
I early on I stopped apologizing for Nights. It is what it is. Listen to it or don't. But those who listen to it, we know you fucking love it, and this is why we do it.
Jesse's been so serene this whole time.
It's been so good. I thank all of you for being on. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Murph. Obviously, Hobbit. You're the I say you're the co-host on this, but you really don't.
I try to fuck with you the entire time.
I know. You don't really make it better. Focus. You just kind of fuck with me. So it makes it fun for people.
Yeah, I'm not actually focused on helping.
I know.
That's not...
I'm gonna remember that for the full lengths from now on. By the way, you're gonna get returned.
This show as much as Greg Kinnear helps a movie get an Oscar. It's like not at all.
So good. That is a spicy take,
dude. That was rough.
Look, just be proud of me that I didn't fucking talk about Leslie Vernon and Drop Dead Gorgeous for the entire time because I
fair.
It's because we distracted you.
By the way, Murphy, that is like Tori right now is on the warpath to find that movie on DVD right now.
Which one?
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
I will fucking help her.
Like she is on the like she's when we obtain it, we'll just
I have trained for this moment.
Yeah, no, she is hell bent on getting that movie.
And I've trained to tell you all to shut the fuck up. We're done.
Yeah,
we're spent.
I've been here.
There's been jism and bodily fluids and all kinds of fucked up shit. Pearl apparently.
What?
Yeah, ish. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And
yes,
good night.
That's what he was talking about.
Good night. Go the fuck home.
GUI Nights.
GUIPodcast.com. My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here. That's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.